It's time. Season 5, Flick Fanatics. Jackson here, and Matt and I are here to see Jupiter Ascending, starring, who was that again? Oh yeah, Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis. So, stay tuned for our review, gang. With Wachowskis. Wachowski.
Welcome back to Flick Fanatics. I'm Matt, and with me, as always,
Jackson.
Is Jackson. And we just got out of the screening of Jupiter Ascending, directed by the Wachowskis, known for The Matrix.
Yeah.
Screenwriters and producers for V for Vendetta. More recently did Cloud Atlas.
In a bright and colorful future, a young destitute caretaker gets targeted by a ruthless son of a powerful family that live on a planet in need of a new heir. So she travels with a genetically engineered warrior to the planet in order to stop his tyrant reign. Beautiful poster.
If you go in IMAX, you're going to ask for one of these and they're going to give it to you. Really cool artwork on here.
Yeah, incredible artwork.
It's very detailed.
I was taken aback, honestly. Like, I was not expecting that level of excitement, drama, even humor, which you guys know that if a serious movie is funny, oftentimes I despise it right away. But that's usually because those serious movies are the serious movies that try to be funny at parts. They, like, really go nuts with the humor. This movie had the ideal balance of humor
and action.
And drama.
I'm not the biggest Channing Tatum fan. I'll watch movies that he's in, but I really never think of him as, like,
wow,
an actor.
Yeah.
You know, I think of him as, like, kind of eye candy for some fans. I think of
the
him as
beefcake.
If you're gonna see this movie, don't go to Rotten Tomatoes. If you're a fan of sci-fi, I ask you to comment below, what do you like or what do you expect from a sci-fi movie, and what do you expect from a film like Jupiter Ascending?
Are you expecting, like, a campy Star Wars feel, you know, with little Ewoks running around and kind of a more light-hearted take on the sci-fi genre? Or are you looking for, like, a really gritty, angry, angsty epic? Or are you trying to find that in-between?
And I really think Jupiter Ascending is that in-between.
Exactly.
It takes really kind of cool philosophical things from, like, Star Trek. It's got even this, we were talking about, there's this great scene with a whole ship crew, and there's a whole battle sequence that kind of plays out this whole race against time idea, and it's very reminiscent of Star Trek, but it's also got these cool gadgets and technology and creatures that reminds you of both Star Trek and Star Wars, and then it's just got its own punch of humor that if you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. And it landed for me most of the time. There were some bits that didn't. They kind of went over my head, but
but there were certain scenes that really reminded me of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, starring Mos Def and Martin Freeman.
There's this great scene that's just hilarious.
Hilarious, and it lasts a good amount of time,
like a few minutes.
Yeah, decent chunk of something they needed, a little gap they had in the story. They needed to fill something, and they filled it perfectly. You know, Mila Kunis going around looking for certain files and forms and things like that. And it was very, very, very well done humor. And then when that was all said and done, there was one little joke that Mila Kunis had made, and that was it.
I'm not saying it's a perfect movie. It's not. To me, there was some kind of pacing issues near the end.
Yeah, definitely.
But the action's done tastefully. If you're a fan of action movies, I think this is a really cool one.
Yeah.
And for me, I go to school in Chicago, and I'm very fortunate every day to be able to look up and see all the cool skyscrapers and stuff, and then seeing them in this movie and how they really utilized them for certain scenes. There's some great chase scenes that take place right in the center of Chicago.
Right on the river. We're from the Chicagoland area, so we grew up near the city, and we kind of on some level take it for granted, you know?
Yeah.
We don't appreciate the vastness and the... Chicago is the greatest city for architecture in the world. But that's my personal opinion, and you can, you know, argue with me in the comments below.
Wachowskis have, in my eyes, every movie I've watched from them, almost every movie, they usually have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have a big scope that they're covering, and this movie is definitely in that category.
Yeah, it's no different.
Right off the bat, they tell you, you know, you think you're the only humans, you think you're the only life, you know, you live in a universe, in a galaxy where there's so many planets you don't even know about. I'm here, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna buckle up, I'm gonna sit down for the ride, and it was fun. You know, he's got these cool boots, and he's doing all this
incredible technology, super awesome, like gravity boots or whatever you want to call them, whatever he called them. And awesome, like laser guns, and you could tell not all of it was CGI. Like a lot of those guns and stuff were props. Those little things in this movie really helped it. Here are the cool little gadgets. Here are the cool boots. You know, here's the ship. And it was cool. They didn't harp on anything in this movie.
Yeah.
Including the message.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the only thing I would really dock it for is it's just, I think there's some pacing slugs in the middle and near the end. And if you can forgive it for that, let us know below.
Yeah.
What do you expect from a sci-fi movie, especially in this day and age with the amount of money they're putting into these things?
And the amount of sci-fi movies that are coming out.
I mean, if you're a fan of action, I would give this movie a thumbs up. I would recommend it to you, and I'm looking forward to it on Blu-ray. I'm probably gonna watch all the special features.
Oh
on it
yeah, I'm sure
because
those are incredible.
some good behind the scenes, I bet, man. And that's
Yeah.
then I call it a day. I mean, I just had a great time with this one.
Would definitely give it a thumbs up, but there were a few things that I didn't like. Matt brought up pacing in the middle and the end, but I thought the pacing in the beginning was way too fast.
Vulcan ears too.
Yeah, Vulcan ears, it's like, she didn't like question anything like that. She just kind of like went with it. The romance.
Well, that was.
I thought that was just like
a little cheesy, a little forced.
A little too forced.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that. All these action movies and all these sci-fi movies, they seem like they'll like write
Fixated.
a script and they'll be like, shit, we don't have romance.
If you're into
Definitely
action,
thumbs
if
up.
you're into sci-fi, go have fun with this movie. Seriously, you know, don't like, you know, or you're seeing a movie in February. What are you expecting? An Oscar movie?
Yeah,
have
no.
fun.
No one does
okay?
that. No one puts out a, you know, like a perfect cinematic masterpiece in the beginning of the year. What is wrong with?
Flick Fanatics proved.
Definitely a thumbs up there.
That's a thumbs up from me. That's a thumbs up from him. It's gonna be a Blu-ray purchase for me, I think.
Yeah, if they have a cool steelbook.
Oh, I'd be on board. Yeah,
I'm down with this kind of artwork. I'm definitely down.
Comment below. What'd you think of Jupiter Ascending? Are you gonna see it? Are you gonna skip it? Hit the like button if you like this review and want to see more. Subscribe, and we'll see you next week for Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Which I am ecstatic for. All the press it's getting is unbelievable. Tell you something, Mark Hamill better be in it.
Oh, he'll be.